well, Tide can get for us 10,000 of in just a matter of
yeah.
1 or 2 hours from where he's at. So to me, that was a great advance in the hothead arena. So another thing is that we've been working and testing the sealing mechanism, and it was working quite well. We were very pleased with it. No drippy stuff. But there was a minor flaw, or I'm going to say an area where we could improve it, and that was how it engaged in the exhaust pipe. We had a new design that engaged further and allowed us to taper it better so that it didn't have any potential for catching on the exhaust pipe. What sometimes would happen is if you would unscrew the tip and screw the tip back in, then you would catch the PTFE, the Teflon tube that delivers the material, and it would actually put a little bulge in that. And then that would not be desirable. It would affect the way it's sealed, but worse, it would actually put a little side pressure on the material coming in. And so that wasn't desirable. Anyway, make a long story medium. Our good supplier and good friend of mine, David Hassel, who owns the CNC lathes that we're getting the work done, who has been fantastic. He set up the lathe this week for us again and ran 400 new nozzles with an extended tip with the taper, and I'm happy to report that it works like a dream. And so we feel really good about that. I'm not worried about the other couple hundred nozzles we've got. I'm pretty sure we can sell them on eBay to some unsuspecting individual. We wouldn't do that. I think we can still sell it for scrap rate. You know what? We can sell it to people who print 3D guns. They can shoot 3D nozzle bullets. Why didn't I think of that? Anyway, so
it's a little bit larger than what.
So I'd say overall it has been a good week for us. The shipping thing is the shipping thing. It just means we're that much closer to getting it in everybody's hands. But
getting it
more than anything else,
without getting destroyed. So
I'm glad we didn't send 10 of these out because I'd have 10 ones to send spare parts to.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Eagle and Jay says or asks, when is it engine time?
The engines are ready to go.
We've only had one person, maybe two people Skyping with us. Kickstarter backers.
Yeah, if you got an engine and you want it, please contact us by email. And no, Kavan, we did not forget you.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? This is a great forum. I'll tell you why it's great. Because sometimes we get caught with our hand in the cookie jar, or whatever. So Kavan is a really good person, and I was supposed to give him his printer back in August. I was going to meet him, and surprise, I didn't make that schedule. So he's just reminding us that we were supposed to get something going. Kavan, the way it works is simple. If we haven't done at least one Skype training, you're not in the queue to go. And we did that for two reasons. One is we still don't have a manual finished yet. So to send you the printer without a manual means you're going to put something on wrong and break it, and we don't want that. So that's one. The other one is that if we train you on your machine. So now there's no more us hoping that we have your machine ready.
No, it's
really your machine. And I think David Gaipa understands that better because I got his machine out, and most of the time we've had a very good experience. I'd say the majority of our Skype calls have gone smoothly.
Yep.
But for some reason, and I can't tell you what it is. Maybe it's David's just a few blocks from the CIA or something. I don't know why. But we had a lot of problems with his machine. The good thing is that it is what it was. It was on a Skype call, and I couldn't, do the animal puppets to make him feel better. We had to print on his machine. So I think it serves a real purpose at this stage. Obviously, we would like to mature as we grow, and we would like to pass this into where a real printing foundry is in place and a real QC gets hit on every printer. At this moment, we are wearing a couple of hats, and some of us are doing sales in the morning and assembly in the afternoon. Some of us are doing engineering, babysitting, shipping, banking, customer care.
Yep.
And so that's the way it works. So Kavan, I personally invite you to let's do a Skype session, and then I will get you going, okay? I apologize, but I can only say that so many times before it sounds like an empty word. Once we Skype, you know your machine's for real.
Yep.
So, appropriately done.
Yep.
We had a whoops. Carl said it was Hutch. Hutch said it was Davo. Davo said it was Carl. Listen, no matter what they say, it's always Carl. I just want to be clear on that. No one is at fault but me. I'm the guy who says it goes or it doesn't go. I'm the guy who says hold back, we're not ready. So if anybody wants to be strung up and run behind a pickup truck, which is, by the way, a popular sport here in the South, I'm the guy who gets the ride. So that's the way it works. That's why I get the big bucks, I think.
Well,
I do get the big bucks sometimes.
Yes, you do.
All right.
Yes, you do.
That's a virtual big bucks. All right.
Let's see. Powers USA says quick potential bug with HYREL when it starts up. It checks for updates to Repeteer and offers to download the update.
What was that?
It's a potential bug inside of HYREL whenever we open it up, because it still's got a little bit of the Repeteer or Repeteer host software inside of it. It does try to check for a new update.
Yeah, and if you update it to Repeteer host, you'll regret it. But that's true. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. That is one thing I need to check off pretty quick here. I haven't addressed it because it didn't affect the printing, and we knew enough not to update the software. If you do update it, it's no big deal because we have it on a repository. You can just download it from our repository now and reinstall it. If you have it on a computer and on a printer, which is what we recommend highly, then you just go and right-click Export to USB drive, which is one of those nice features we threw in, and you can just go plug it back in your printer and update it. So the thing of it is there's going to be so many updates that I wasn't worried about it. Yeah, it's a real problem, and I appreciate you pointing that out.
Yeah.
We will deal with it.
Thank you, Powers USA. Let's see.
Also, I would like to address one thing. For those of you guys that are international or regular, it affects the international more or not. Our replacement cost on the parts for the printer is $2,000. That's on a System 30. We are insuring it for just the replacement cost. We're not trying to make a profit from UPS's bad form or good form, hopefully, on the next trip. So when you see customs coming through internationally, that's what we're declaring the value as well. So we're doing that because we consider the software separate, since it's an entity is downloaded. And I think any of you guys that have bought like Windows Office or something like that realize that software can be quite pricey. In our case, the firmware and Repetrel is almost equivalent to the actual hardware cost. So if you see a charge coming through or declared value, now you'll know why it's that value. That affects people like in Singapore and Australia and New Zealand and possibly Canada. I don't know how that works. Maybe the NAFTA thing doesn't kick in or does kick in. It's probably just straight sales tax in your case, national sales tax. Anyway, just FYI. Now we've said it publicly, so everybody's heard the same thing. And that applies to the System 30. Of course, the engines have a lower dollar value too, the hardware side of them. Let's see. You know what? I agree with the manual. Most people don't read the manual. That's just the way it works. But you'll find out that if you do 1 or 2 Skype sessions with you, it's great. That does not negate the need for a manual, because there are some people that will refer it. But more importantly, is we're not qualified to sell into Europe officially until we have a manual. That's part of the CE requirement. So we are working on it, and it will come. But I don't see it happening anytime in the next 36 hours. So we're going to ship printers to those of you that have Skyped in with us. And the manual is on its way. Yeah. It could be Christmas before the manual is ready to share with anybody. Based on what the schedule I'm looking at right now, it'll be Christmas before I have time to change my clothes. So don't get near me on Christmas Eve. It's not going to be a pretty sight. All right, let's see what to say. Okay. Where do I stand? That's cute. X-Ray Charlie still will need to pay GST. Printers are covered by NAFTA. Good. Okay. Did you do the doc needed for NAFTA? Ooh, that's a good question. I wasn't aware we had to do a doc for NAFTA.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why we depend on you guys. We don't know everything, that's for sure. We don't know about 1%. Nerd Rocks, you always stand upwind. That's the safest place to be around here.
Yeah.
You know what? If you don't hear from us that we have got the NAFTA document in place, tweak us again because we want to get that in place. I am certain. I mean, Canada's buying like 10% of all the printers we're building. At least, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be close to it. So we definitely, I mean, we want to fill out the paperwork to benefit everybody. We'll need to register for NAFTA. Okay. Well, I don't think that's a problem. I mean, conceptually, Americans love the idea of us sucking Canadian dollars back into America. I would think. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're spending, what, $1 trillion an hour more than we're making here in America, we probably want to bring some money back home.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate any Canadians helping us out by buying more 3D printers from us. So, all right. Oh my gosh.
I know, it's a big guy.
Oh, you gonna try and print that? Are you really?
Well, why not?
Okay, all bets are off on this one. What speed is it? Did you slice it yourself?
No, I haven't just yeah, I'm getting everything warmed up so I can take out the material, put new material in there.
Oh, you're gonna print it with yellow?
Yeah.
You chicken.
You want me to do black? I can do black.
Once you've done black.
Okay, alright, fine. I'll do black.
Oh wait, no, do yellow.
Yellow?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
What can I say, guys?
I still don't. You know what I told Hutch? I said I love the black and I hate the corners. For some reason,
Yeah.
how did this one come out?
That one actually turned out quite
That one looks good.
Yeah.
That one looks awesome. Did you show this to him already?
A little bit.
Up close?
But not up close, no.
Well, I'll just get this up here. Hopefully it'll focus
You have to
in.
put your hand up there, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't see because of your hands.
Okay.
All right. So if you look, you'll see the corner on this. And the problem is, of course, that with it being black,
It's hard to see.
it is very hard to get the contrast. We need to get the microscope out.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. And, you know, those waves you see are actually about 1/1000th of an inch or less. And that is a pattern that is from the belt, actually. And we're very curious because you cannot feel it. It's just enough to cause the light to capture it. So it's something we're going to be curious to look at. I guess you showed them how nice the one black one came out.
No, well, no, that was, I have not.
Oh.
I showed them the bottom part of it, yes.
Oh, you did?
No, yeah.
Oh, that looks like it actually fits.
Mhm.
Oh, you redid it and made the bungs on it.
Yeah.
This guy's working hard. Makes me proud to be seen with him.
Well,
You know what? I'm going to get a little board and test it out.
oh, really? Okay.
Well, it is what I
Awesome.
do.
Awesome.
I have board.
So all I'm doing right now, guys, is attempting to print a item that was on Thingiverse, which is the snowflake vase. It is gigantic. It is pretty darn big. So I believe it's called the Twisted Coke Snowflake Vase. If you give me just 1 second. Let's see. And now let me get back to the chat room. That's the one right there. So. 1-to-1. I know. Okay, is this going to come out?
Someone's trying to friend us.
Oh, no. It's,
I'm kidding you.
it's, hold on a second. While that guy's going and doing a small approach routine, let's see who's been trying to get our attention. Oh, let's go on. This is some useful one for us. Thank you very much. Oh, it's the NAFTA stuff. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Kevon, you are awesome. Thank you, sir.
And you were a big man.
Yes. And sometimes, well,
Scary.
What?
This is not as wide as I think it should be.
What?
It's not as wide as the circuit board.
No, of course
Otherwise,
not.
it fits.
Yeah, I know.
But the circuit board, I thought it was going to make as wide as this gap.
You try it on that guy. Seriously, try it on him.
Okay, folks,
And,
we're doing a check.
Yes. There it goes. Good. Okay. Proofed out enough. That's good. Finish slicing. Well, it looks like maybe. Did it finish slicing? No, it did not.
Did you slice it? Obviously.
It always helps when you actually press the slice button to actually slice. So.
Wow. This might be an hour or so slicing. Just kidding.
A little bit of black to yellow, so there you go, guys. Not a lot of waste at all. So, Hildrick says, oh yeah, you did email me about the whole support material thing. I could not give you guys, I'm sorry, I couldn't give you guys a good enough answer at the time about the support material and what we're going to be working on that. John Hubbard asked the same question.
What's the question?
Well, when will you be looking to attempt a print with support material?
In the next 2 weeks, not before. We've already done a print with 2 materials. We just didn't do it with support material. Part of it is due to the fact that we don't know the slicer well enough to predict what it's going to do. And the other one is that the support material to work well needs this prime, unprime, dead nuts on. And we're still learning how that's supposed to be dialed in. I expect that to be dialed in, unless I have another Kukux problem, in the next day. Maybe 2. Depends on how tomorrow goes at the office. But, I mean, support material really needs to have the material start and stop so that it just makes the fingertips or just touches the item it's supporting. If you overflow or put a lot of dendrites on it, then what you end up with is a very poor implementation of the support. So, at least that's what I've been told. I'm not a support expert yet. But it's there. And the ability to do it is like right out of the box. So, meaning that we already got the code and we've already tested it to do that with other materials other than support material.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm a little bit, I'm trying to make a little test on this board that Hutch made here. See if we have to do anything else.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be much, actually.
You are going to want to widen this slightly, maybe with a taper on it. And it's also, see how it's
Cocked over the side a little bit.
on both ways, so it's actually twisted. So my guess is you did that because you have to widen this to get that close enough to the edge to satisfy what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's looking good.
Okay.
I mean, you're very close. Maybe one more iteration, you've got it.
Yep.
That's the nice thing about this. Of course, a good guy like John Richardson would probably have modeled this more professionally and got it closer on the first try. A lot closer. We need you more.
Yeah. Yeoman says, what's the average shrinkage percentage after cooling? It's been like, I don't know, a couple mils per inch or something like that, maybe. Because this was printed at go ahead, sorry.
On a long part that's differential, so it's much longer than wide, say a factor of 8 or 10 to 1. I am skewing it with a factor of, instead of 25.4, I take it at 25.52. So it's tenths of a percent or so. It's really not shrinking as much as we thought it would. It does shrink some. So something that was 200 millimeters long was shrinking an inch. I mean, a millimeter or so. So that would be 0.6 of a percent is about what I was seeing, between 0.5 and 0.6 of a percent, just for what what it's worth. Okay.
Fires USA says, want to verify the cost of the Quiet Storm. 2 broadcasts ago, he said plastic design was first shown. Price was stated at $25. Last week it was stated at $50.
And next week will be $500. No, we should have a written price list for it.
Yeah.
Do we have it on the written price list?
We do not currently have that one on the metal one. We do at 125.
Then we need to make the one they
for
print.
the plastic one.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
said
so
that's-
tomorrow, Lord Davo, if you're watching, first thing is please add that to our price list.
Yeah.
Get with Hutch and do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll publish that price list for you guys.
Yeah.
That's easy to do. That's a very good point. You know, it's a circuit board, it's a fan, it's a little nozzle action, and you get to print the body, or we put it together. I think there were two different ones. Where you print the body, it's $25 for the parts. That's our actual cost. Or if we print it, put it together, and check it out, that's $50.
Yeah.
And that's, again,
That's just for the
a loss
Kickstarters.
leader. That's only a Kickstarter value. Yeah. The good thing about that is that you can print new bodies over and over again if you do something with a Gibbs or something like that. You can also print different configurations of this, and I think that's going to come in really handy. I think that there will be custom fan cooling options for different build strategies. You're going to want one that opens it up a little bit, fans it out. You're going to want one that you can blow under or blow from above. Quite a few different items.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm trying to find one that is going to be just fine. This guy's taking forever to.
Yeah, and that's appropriate because the more small turns you get, that they generate so much code.
Okay. How about this guy? Think that would be just fine?
I don't know.
Let's give it a shot. So.
I'm not going to say this, but the Eiffel Tower vase looked like a pretty ambitious build.
Please. Well, it's not ready just as of yet. So this one was the six-sided.
A lot of vase action going on here. I'm not sure I understand that, but
It's just whatever's popping into my head at this point. Sorry about that. So. Ooh. There we go.
you're going to still slice it over here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think everybody would like to see if the machine will actually slice.
You know, one thing I like about Kiss Slicer is it kind of shows you the progress by layer, and I don't get that feedback out of the Slicker 3. It would be great to know where you're at in the slicing action, in my opinion. So we have to try out some of the other slicers. We have obviously been overwhelmed, and so we've had some feedback. I think Greg has tried Kiss Slicer. I know many of you had 3D printers for a long time, so you have your own slicers you work with. But if you guys have any coaching or something to feed back to the rest of everybody else, we're all ears and happy to see what's there. We'll get the best of the best and merge it together, I'm sure. You know, it just reminded me of something that we learned this week. We found a way to take an object inside of an object and slice it simultaneously, but to keep the code separated out, meaning that we have the way to build two materials, it looks like, in the same build, like a ball in a cup or a ball in a bearing. Ball out of nylon, bearing out of ABS. Yes, that would stick, but you can see where we're headed to with that. So it'll be interesting to see how the assemblies start to have constraints and how we can start to define the interface boundaries and then come up with our other unique approach to how you keep things from sticking when you don't want them to.
That will take forever to slice them. All right.
This one will?
No, it won't. This one will go a little lot faster.
Well, I'm going to say, how tall is it?
It's only about 2 inches tall. I know it's small.
You made it smaller.
was, yeah. I mean, guys, it was taking up the entire thing. I mean,
No guts, no glory.
well,
You better put a raft on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. You do what you feel like. It's important.
Well, that's what I'm going to get down to. It's right here before the very first skirt move.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No.
edit.
Edit. Insert auto raft. Okay. And G92 C0. Must be a space, yeah.
Okay.
And then go back up and take your temperature weight thing out of there. It's down a little bit.
Set temperature.
No, down.
And then I gotta set this guy over to, I don't know where it is. It needs to go over 30.
I think you're going to want to move the Y a little bit more too,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
Y is the 21.
Yeah, make it like 51.
Okay.
Yep. And then come down.
Clutch vector's good. That one needs to go up 295. There we go.
Did you slice this at a quarter micron? Yeah. This is the one highlighted and just hit comment out that. We're still doing a little training here. I'm showing him how the slicer works with our new added features. So what he's done is he's thrown a raft on this because it's a vase and we want to print on a raft. There you go. Oh, you didn't highlight it. There you go. That's close enough. All right, remove G-force. You already did that.
Yeah, remove G-force.
And looks like your speed's there, but you know what? I do not trust slicer. Just go ahead and make it uniform right there.
Okay.
And I would actually go up and do the G-code modifier.
I made it so that all 2400s are now 15.
Okay, there you go. And then go back up here in our file and save as.
Okay. And then 6.
You in the right space?
Yep.
Yeah, 6-sided base. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And V1,
Mm-hmm.
Rev 1, whatever you want to call it. Well, actually, on this one, if you slice it at 0.25, put Z.25.
0.25?
Yep.
Okay.
And then F1500. Oh, I dare say this could print a lot faster. But then click Save. And then do yourself a favor. Where the raft starts,
Yes.
move it to 2500. Go down a little bit more. See the first F right here? Change this one from 15 to 2500. Not that one, the next line down.
Not this one?
Nope, next one down. There you go, 2500.
Okay.
There you go. And then save it again. Just cool file save. There you go. Alright. And are you zeroed out?
Yeah. We're at temperature, we're zeroed out. There we go.
Well, he's faster than I am. What can I say? Hit the print button. Watch your calibration. Make sure it's good.
Yep.
You get material?
Yep.
Is it sticking?
Oh yeah.
You want to try that?
Yeah. Oh, good night, John. Thank you very much. And then, let's see.
Oh, that's way far forward. I don't know. We might make it.
Move some of this stuff out of the way, guys. It's on top of the cord we have.
That looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have the lights on.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Let there be light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not this guy.
What, this guy?
I'm kidding. Oh, you're printing a honeycomb.
Yeah. I figured it's about time we actually tested one out that was rather large.
All right. Well, are there any more questions here?
Oh yeah, quite a few actually.
All right. What does it say? Good night, John. He's
Yep.
already gone. Let's see what the question is. Did you guys try ABS glue with the Quiet Storm or just the hot iron? We have not tried ABS glue. We tried just the soldering iron, and it actually worked really, really well. So, so we didn't change it.
Yep. There you go.
Make the boot for that one. I'm not sure what he means by the boot for that one.
Oh, the boot's the fan. That's Dave-O.
Oh, the ski